The philosophy of this harness came
Why
from,
did you want to make it?
from more than 10 years extensively practicing acro and being in a countless situation that sometimes the only thing that saved my ass was the luck.
Right.
And I see room for improvement a lot. And I was waiting for a long time, some of the big company to do it, but nobody did it, and I was silly enough to think I can do it for a few months. It took me more than 5 years and a fortune of finance.
Yeah.
But we arrived to the point that I was dreaming, because every single detail is touched, reinforced, and it's made to function exactly when you need it. And this is good for the free mind, for the safety.
Be able to
And it was a humbling process. I didn't believe we can do it entirely, because we were working like day and night for years, last few years. We had some moments that we mistake. I want to apologize to the community. My personal desire was to arrive to this very point and then spread it. But I had the partners and investors that they wanted to turn over the whole thing. And we had some better versions that were not dangerous. I can say they were not dangerous about people, but they were not finished as product. And there was plenty to improve as well about the safety. And that's kind of break my heart, but now we're coming in front here to prove our real intention, and we will compensate everyone that had some issues with the previous products. We'll give a big discount for our loyal return customers.
That's great.
I hope to see everyone in the sky.
Yeah, right. Cool.
So,
Okay, so tell us about the harness.
the harness has 3 parachutes, one on this side, one on the other side, and the base here.
Okay.
Why we decide to split them in different positions?
Wow.
Because myself, from a real experience, I've been a few times in the lines wrapped, and you cannot choose where will be the mess, you know?
Okay.
And having 2 parachutes underneath the seat board is slightly not enough, because if you have a lot of lines, you need time to clear, and if you have a completely different position, you can access without problem. Also distribute better the weight of the harness, and it gives you more ability to push, you know, in acro, because having a bouncing weight below you, it doesn't help in any term. And the other uniqueness is that every harness, every container have individual routings for the left and for the right, you know.
So each bridle has its own.
Each bridle goes, it's a bit longer to rig it, but it's easier in a way as well, because the zippers are very nice, very deep, wide enough, so you don't struggle like with the previous model that the room was limited.
Yep.
Now it's plenty of room, you put it nice, and when you deploy, you don't have any mixed routing like used to be in a 3 rescue harness with base. We normally mix here the routings.
Yeah.
And myself, from experience, I had this entanglement here that make me fall sideways. Luckily it was over water, so I didn't harm myself.
Right.
So I knew that it has to be changed. The problem is it's very expensive to stitch, because we have 4 routings instead of 2. We have for this
So double the weight.
here and here, and the improvement on this rescue is the zipper grow more, so the door is opening more.
Okay.
It's easier to deploy.
Yep.
And also here it's really round edge inside, so there is 0 friction to catch your extraction. The handles also change, because now we use cable instead of webbing.
Yep.
It's way more difficult to build and more expensive as well, but this works very well, because we have a bigger surface that make the handle very stable in a premature contact, you know.
Yep.
But if you want to extract, because the position of the cable is this way, I can extract just with one finger, and there is in any angle possible. There is no angle that it's blocking, like in common harness handles. There is some certain angle that you can, if you wish, you can find the limit that it's blocked.
Sure.
This is free in any angle. This is for flip. If you do flip maneuvers, you can protect it.
So this is optional extra.
Optional, and we're gonna make it here with Velcro. So if for some reason you want to pull with that, it will open. But this is just for now.
Okay.
The protector also zipper grew up big. We have a bigger protector.
Right.
Actually, the harness will be it's certified. Just
Yep.
the protector is the last thing we're certifying, and this is good enough to pass as well.
So this is now 17 centimeters.
Yeah, 17. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually the largest protector for any base rig on the market, isn't it?
Most likely, yeah.
Because the Woody Valley is 13 centimeters.
I think it's similar.
No, it's 13
Yeah, it's-
centimeters.
I don't know.
Yeah, I checked.
All right. So here we have also a mount for a stick that you can film your flights. It fits almost any kind of stick because it's elastic on the other side. And with this little rope, you make a knot so it's fixed. It's not going to fly off.
Yep.
But only by the mount, it's been tested
holds.
and it's stable.
Yep.
We have the classical pocket against the rescue because it's big space. You can put stuff here.
And that's probably a litre, maybe 2 litres.
Yeah, easily 2 liter. The pockets here are huge,
big. Yeah.
huge. This is new material, Dynamo with Lycra. This is Ultra 100, if I'm not wrong. All of the materials come from the States, from the Challenge. This is very strong material as well for the bottom, we decide. It's difficult, it's even hardly possible to cut with a knife.
Scissors. Yeah.
So it's very resistant. We put the mount for the speed bar.
Which is magnetic now, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And also here we make the container bigger, way bigger and more smooth. There is 0 corners here, 0 things to prevent your extraction. Also it's blocked, so it never prematurely open with a loop.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Same thing for the routings. The routings are blocked,
Okay.
so they
wow.
cannot open prematurely.
Oh, okay.
We have the waterproof pocket.
Which easily fits.
Yeah, a phone is
big
huge. Yeah, it's like
Max
this.
phone.
Yeah,
Well, that's a really nice size pocket
Yeah.
that easily takes.
and
a phone.
importantly, it's the pocket is protected from inside because
So
some
there's-
people use it and they don't protect, so you can damage the rubber.
So there's a separate
Yeah,
material
yeah.
that is.
So it's
separates
very
the
nice.
pocket.
This is good.
And then this is another big pocket.
Yeah,
This is
huge.
another
Same like the other
4,
side. Yeah,
like,
all the
like
way.
down
Yeah,
to here, huh?
yeah.
So that's like 7 or 8 liters, maybe.
Yeah. So the other thing, let's open the twist. The other thing we improve mainly because this 3-ring cutaway system, we improve by far a lot the configuration here about materials. We use now 42 centimeter Dynamo with polyester, which have 0 elongation and under load.
Right.
The polyester that most brands use and we were using ourselves before was polyester, and under 300-400 kilo of load it elongate and stretch, and geometry here changed, so it's almost impossible to pull the handle
Okay.
with polyester. Now this is fixed because it's Dynamo with polyester. And the other big breakthrough is the ellipsoid ring that gives more room for the big carabiners we
carabiner to
use.
move, yeah.
They can never get stuck.
Yep.
Also is more clean in cutaways with no pressure, because imagine this webbing stays here, most of the ring is already full, and when they go one from another with no much pressure, they can have a delay or a little stuck.
Yep.
So you have to slap it. This is perfectly clean, and most importantly, this extend the physical shoulder of the mechanism that keeps the system locked.
Right.
So it's 60% stronger, which was never an issue.
Yep.
But this strength also relate to 60% less on the yellow cable.
right, okay.
So just by the ring,
Yep.
you have 60%
Less
less
friction.
pressure here.
Yep.
And with a webbing that doesn't stretch, it's quite constant and steady, this, you know. Also the cable was changed. We used to use the fancy stronger cable,
Right.
which doesn't work good. This is way better because it's softer.
Okay.
And only by the cable, when we compare with no other difference and just change the cable, 30% less force to pull the handle on with this.
wow.
So altogether these three make so far for us known the safest combination, you know.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
And then the
ru-
middle tubing that goes underneath is from American manufacturer. It's
Yeah.
one tube
Yeah,
that takes all
yeah.
the way
This is
through to
made
that
by a
side.
proper manufacturer from New Jersey. They supply all the skydiving companies. It's the best quality. It comes cutted and prepared, so we don't do dodgy handwork with that. You know?
So it's finished
It's-
at
it's-
both ends.
It's here. You can see how it's finished.
Yep.
And that's the other big improvement here, right here, Chris. Because before we used to have the base attachment point
Yep.
with a skinnier webbing,
Yep.
which was, we believe, was saving some precious weight, but the difference is almost nothing.
Right.
And we put now 42 millimeter, the same like the main webbing.
Right.
And together they unite and make this rigid board.
Right.
So the handle is way more stable in extraction without load. It's not gonna twist like normal webbing, you know, when
Okay.
you pull.
Yep.
And these custom-made pulleys that we make extra support the extraction and make it more smooth. So that's a huge improvement. Also, we simplify. For example, before we had just separate webbing for the handle. Now this webbing is doing all the job. You know, it's
Right.
going all the
Okay.
way.
Right.
It's really reinforced everywhere around the harness where you have a ripping possibility. We have a webbing upgrade support that prevent you to rip, you know, the opening. Even here on the smallest area,
Yep.
we create some support that stop the rip.
Yep. So that's a separate piece of
Yeah.
webbing that is
Yeah.
stitched in that to
Here,
stop that.
here also we make improvement. We make this thinner, but still it's softer. So when you do flips, it doesn't have the bulk which can stop you.
Yep.
And we make the buckle way more stable with two attaching points that keep it right in the good position. We also change the webbing that is more smooth. I mean more strong, more stabilized like this. Looking better and also stronger. And let's dive into the
Let's just go back here and show the cover for
the cover.
new cover.
Yeah, if you, because this is clean enough, but if for some reason something here
in there.
pull, you can move the cable. So for this reason we have this little simple
little
sleeve
cover.
that hides
just cleans
and
it up
makes
really
it
nicely.
really
clean.
hidden. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We have attachment for the leg strap if you want,
Yep.
but we also have it up there,
there.
depend the preference.
Yep.
Let's see what's happening with the chassis here. So the carbon plate used to stay here, and we have now this Velcro line that can help you to adjust the depth of the
carbon.
plate,
Yep.
and you can get your custom size basically. And
so there's three different settings.
yes, three different settings.
Along there. Yep.
And if we open here, we see now we change the materials. We use this super strong original Cordura 500, I think. It's really strong. And we reinforce everything. First of all, let me show you also the new seat board. The new seat board is 280 grams,
Yep.
more ergonomic shape.
Shaping.
Less cutting surfaces for the belts. It's really good and stronger, like up to 750 kilo without crack.
Right.
And
And the carbon work, just
yeah,
like the carbon work is really fine,
inside.
right?
Inside is aviation foam, worked with a CNC on this direction and then on that direction, and then infusion with two different layer of carbons and one layer of Kevlar. If eventually break, it doesn't hurt you.
Right. And just with the edging, like it's been beautifully finished. There's no sharp edges
No,
at all
no
on
sharp
any of the
edges,
carbon
yeah.
work.
And here we see that we reinforce the opening of the belts. It's really almost impossible to break
Yeah,
this.
I
Yeah.
see what you mean, yeah.
And also we have network of webbings inside that stop the push of the seat board. You know, when you
Okay.
put the seat board,
Yep.
it takes the load of a webbing
Onto the webbing.
and doesn't ever load this stitching.
The front part of the...
And will never
yeah.
break.
Okay.
Here we have, and also we reinforce the board side. The boards are stitched very strong with dynamo thread, bar tacks, 4 points, bar tacks under, and then a bypass with more bar tacks. And inside of the board we also have installation of this type of material and other nylon to be sure that it stays.
Okay.
And now let's see the back plate, which also gets some evolution. So now we have this S line. It's like your spine basically, following the spine. So here,
ergonomic shape.
so when it eventually tilts a bit, it doesn't have edge to push you.
Yep.
So it really helps a lot. And it's more elastic as well. It's bending,
Right.
so it doesn't take completely the feeling of a normal harness, but it just does good support and protection.
Right. So carbon on one side and then
foam on the other side. And yeah, the materials we can brand any preference, special request,
Right.
names.
Oh yeah. Logos.
We can do custom branding because this material allowed us.
Wow.
It's very easy to clean as well.
Okay.
If you get dirty, you just with a white with a paper, it's gone.
Okay. And then in here is the carbon.
Here is the carbon. That is a
side
classical thing.
supports.
We always had this.
Yep.
This is there.
So on both sides.
Yeah.
So once you're in, you're surrounded by a
Carbon frame, yeah.
monocoque.
Yeah.
Cockpit, huh?
So it basically feel like in a car race seat with
Yeah.
not much slack in your movement.
Yep.
And the attachment is the geometry is classical measures, so it helps you to do acro, but just more stable. And if you want to be more loose, you can always take out. Yeah. We also make small improvement here. I remember we spoke about the chest. No, sorry, the shoulder strap now is fixed to the main webbing, to the main attachment. So when you eventually have a pull here, before was free and pulling from more from behind, so was kind of taking you out.
Okay.
Now this is really normal.
Rigid.
It
Right.
stays the same.
Okay. Cool. And then we've got 2 leg straps
Yeah, 2 leg straps.
with the
This
Cobra.
is
the Cobra,
snake bite Cobra, the latest.
which
It's,
is really nice. There's
it's-
zero movement
Yeah,
in that
it's-
buckle.
It keeps the buckle adjusted once for all.
Yep. So that's not moving. And then if we just have a look at the base,
Yeah,
and
the base.
how
or
the cleanliness of that.
yeah, the base also have some evolution because now we have a floor that is hard.
Right.
It's like protection.
Uh-huh.
You can take it off. It's with a zip.
Okay.
But I believe it's a very good thing. So it keeps the base really steady.
Right.
It's not tilting. It's not moving. We also have a new D-bag
Oh yeah.
that we always want. I was always asking myself as a jumper, why this Velcro was normally inside,
Right.
and when you're closing, you have to be careful so much and
Yeah,
and
right.
shake almost that you're not trapping a line.
Yep.
Now all the Velcro is out,
Okay.
and if you wanna have more safety, because we throw the harness here and there,
Yep.
we have these things
Yep.
that you can put rubber bands and
bands.
fix your lines,
Lines into
to
the
stay
zip. Okay.
set up.
So like a D-bag.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that's a bit of an improvement here.
Okay.
Just optimizing any risk
That
factor
is really
basically.
optimizing because none of the other base units have a D-bag
Yeah,
that well thought
Yeah.
out.
it's just simple, you know.
Uh-huh.
Works pretty well. We will do another improvement. Here we will have a collar. Will be a red collar.
Yep.
So you
On
will
the
never unintentionally will do this mistake, for example.
Uh-huh.
We will make a red collar here, so people will be always for the bridle.
For the D-bag
yeah,
bridle.
yeah.
And then if we just have a look at, I just want to show you the cleanliness of the D-bag coming out. So once the bag's opened, there's literally no part that
Yeah.
it
It
can
goes
catch
out.
on. It's completely smooth.
Yeah.
So there's less chance of
Yeah.
any type of malfunction happening on.
We make it also a bit shorter. This S size, but overall we make the harness a bit shorter than it should be, because if you want it like a classical harness all the way to the top,
Yep.
and if you have your head like this and you cut away, the base can do something with your neck, guys.
Right.
Think
Okay.
about it.
Yep.
With these dimensions, you are maximum protected from this scenario.
Right. And then just with the routing of the base bridles, you've also added in these separators now, huh?
We have this layer, then separate the bridle from the riser, so
Yep.
it's always clean.
Yep. Which is a really nice touch.
Yeah.
And then you've gone. These are just folding on magnetic.
Yeah, we reinforce this. Now is a webbing, so you cannot break.
Right. Okay.
Everything is reinforced basically, and here also there is a new difference. We have improved the volume of the rescues.
Right.
Remember before was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. This is.
Look how wide
this
is it.
Way wider.
Yeah, so you
Yep.
can put any rescue easy.
So a beamer will fit
and
in
also
there
we reduce the bulk here because we have only one attachment point, but it's the maximum front point,
Right.
which you want in a rescue deployment. Otherwise, if it's as more it is in the back, as more you are like pressed like head down.
Yeah, right.
So now it's in the right place. So you attach both rescues here, and you have a pocket for these zippers to go. We will do another improvement for this scenario now that I'm biting material. We just order and we will install
Anti-snag zips.
bumpers for
Yeah.
the zipper so you never bite your routing.
So the anti-snag zippers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all YKKs.
Yeah, all
zippers.
YKK.
All YKK.
We are trying to work only with certified professional companies. This is a special net that I discovered from very high quality products by Blue Eyes,
Oh yeah.
exceptional brand that are seeking perfection. And I'm super happy we use it now for the edge, but we're gonna use it further on for some other applications.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Good.